Hello, everybody. Come on in and say hello. Hey, babe. Hi, Ann. Hi, Sue. All right, I'm just going to find the live here real quick. My computer's running slow. There it is. Hello, how are you? Hi, Melanie, how are you? All right. I'm going to put this out there so everybody can find it. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sue. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments while I'm doing this. How's everybody doing tonight? Hi, Nona. Has anybody's weather cooled down? Ours did a little bit. Hi, Shar. All right, almost done. Hello, everybody. Hi, Terry. Yeah, we got a little bit cooler too. It's only going to last for a few days, so we're going to take advantage of it, I hope. After the weekend, we go back up into the high 90s and the humidity. All right. Well, I got to give Michelle credit. Boy, I'll tell you what. She told me about sharing my lives and how to make it or how to do it easier, and this makes it a lot easier. I think I got everybody. All right. How's everybody doing? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joy. Hi, Linda. Hi, Lynn. All right, so I got that done, so I can go ahead and close that. All right. So everybody doing good? Why does my camera look crooked? Oh, well. All right, so let me show you what we're doing tonight. We're going to do two quick projects. First, I have these candy canes. I have 5 of them. You get these at Walmart. They had them in the green and white, red and white, and then I think red, green, and white. So I got a bunch of them last year at the end of the season, and we're going to make a door hanger with it. Now that my computer's shut down, it's not so loud. So we're going to use these. You probably saw the other one I made last year on my page. I've been putting it up there for the Christmas in July. So we're going to work on that. And then we are going to take this hat frame from the dollar store, and we're going to turn it into this. So we're going to go from this to this to this. That white kind of shines or Gets really bright on the light there. Hi everybody. How are you? Alright, so we're going to start with these because I have to glue these and it'll give it time to dry while we're, well, I may not be able to use that one. It's got a crook in it. Alright, well, we'll have to see. Maybe we can use it. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to glue these. These have to be zip tied and glued together and then set up. So while we're waiting for these to set up, we can start on the Santa hat. So, everybody ready to get started? Hi, everybody. All right, I'm going to put the camera down so y'all can see my table a little better. There we go. All right. So, I've got 5 of these. They are, they're like 98 cents at Walmart. And we're going to take them and we're going to put them together. I gotta get my zip ties out. I'm using 8-inch zip ties, and then just stagger them how you want them. I know you can't see the top. Let me undo that. You don't want to see the bottom right now anyway, so. Alright, so we're just gonna get them turned. Now I will say, do this in your hand first, because once you zip tie them and you go to pull them, these will likely break if you pull too hard. So I learned that the hard way last year. So we're going to pull them up and stagger the heights. There. And then once you get them where you want them, move that one down a little more. All right, so once you get them where you want them, we're going to put a zip tie on them. And that's going to hold them together. And then we're going to take some hot glue. Hi, Avenel. We'll take some glue and glue them together because we don't want them clanging apart. Try to do this one-handed. Alright. So I'm going to put this up because we're going to put some other stuff on here. We're going to put a bow and some other things, some picks and things like that on here. So just make sure you get them where you want them. I just like them staggered out. And then I'm going to put the zip tie. I'm going to put one up towards the top. And the bow's going to cover this up, so don't worry about that. So let me get it a little tighter. Alright, once it's a little tighter, you can make sure you got them where you want them. Alright. So that's one. The zip tie does not want to get tight, so I'm going to have to use my pliers. Everybody doing good tonight? And you kind of want to leave the back a little flat. Make sure you bring your candy canes out towards you. Because remember, this is a door hanger, so if they're going to hang it on a wall or a door, they got to have this flat surface in the back. Alright, so I need to put another one on the bottom here. What's dangerous? The zip ties or the candy canes? All right, so I've got 2 zip ties on there for now. And we're going to put some hot glue on here. Hi, Maggie. Because I want these to stay. Even though the zip ties are on there, they're not going to hold it by itself. Thank you very much for blessing my page. I appreciate that. All right, so see when it's on the door or wall, this back part will be flat. So before we do any glue, I want to make sure that these are all where I want them. Now it's the last chance I have to get them where I want them. All right, that's gonna work. And you can do them any way you want. It's your preference, really. But once I put that glue on there, that's it. Yeah, they're gonna knock something over. They're probably gonna knock me myself in the head is what I'm gonna do. All right, so I've already got my glue gun and my glue pot going here because we're gonna need both tonight. If you only have one or the other, that's fine. All right, so right in here, in between the two zip ties is where I'm gonna put the glue. And that's because the bow and everything's gonna cover it up. Nobody's gonna see that. And I'm just gonna take and run the hot glue right in between each of the strands of the candy canes. Try not to get it on your zip tie because it will probably make it come apart. So I'm just going to do one bead all the way down from one zip tie to the other. And this just kind of helps hold it all together. I use Gorilla Glue sticks. And again, there's 5 of these candy canes. You could use as many as you want. I've seen people who use as little as 3 and as many as 6. Need to put another glue stick in. You're going to have these glue strings. These will come right off when they dry. Thank you so much for blessing my page. I appreciate that. All right, couple more. Okay. So I've got that all in there, and it's already starting to dry, but I'm going to let it set. Let's see if I can set it down without the glue getting all over everything. Trying to set it out of the way here so it doesn't get into anything else. There we go. All right, now that that's done, we can start on this. All right, so what I did, these frames you can get at the dollar store. They come out at Halloween, or you can order them by the case. I'll give you the number in case anybody wants it. It's number 240514. So I know they don't have them in the stores right now, but I've heard that you can order them by the case now. So you can get those. And all this is like a, oh, I don't know what you would call it. It's like a tinsel, and it just comes right undone. They don't have it glued down or anything. You just go back and forth with this tinsel wrap they put on it. And you can see from the frame, it's got these little nubs on it, and that's what's holding this on there. So they don't glue it, they don't zip tie it, they don't do anything except wrap it around those nubs. So you can just take it right off. And this will come right off, pull that off. It's just cardboard. So I'm undoing these, and I'm just doing this to show you what it looks like when you first take it off. Plus, I can use it later. So you can use these hats for so many different things. You can use them for fall. Do a scarecrow hat. You can do a cornucopia. You can do the Santa hat, elf hat. Somebody saying it's frozen? Hi, Josh. Mine's not frozen, and I don't see it frozen on here, hon. See, go out and come back in. All right, so just take these off. I don't know why this one wants to fight with me. The other one came off so easily. All right, so once you take all this off, okay, it's good there. Well, then, yeah, it might be just his screen. Sorry, I don't know what is wrong with my throat tonight. All right, so once you get all this off, they've got these little nubs on them. I cut them off. Some people leave them on. It's personal preference, but I like to take them off. I will warn you, though, use a pair of wire cutters, but be careful. If you cut too far, you will cut your frame. You don't want to do that. So just cut off the nub part, and then your material on that mesh is going to cover that up. So as you can see, all the way around, there's these little nubs, and that's what was holding that tinsel on that I just took off. I go through and just cut them all off with wire cutters. Leave the hanging tag that they have on it if you want, or just replace it with your own. I replace it with my own. I take a tinseled pipe cleaner and fold that in half and use that for a tie. So this purple piece will come right off as well. All right. So this is what it's going to look like when you're all done. Just this stuff here I don't use. Throw it away. Whatever you want to do with it. So that's what this looks like when you get all that off. Then this is what it looks like when you cut those little nubs off. The ones in the center I leave because nobody's going to see those. They're not going to get in the way of anything. All right. So this one we don't need because we've got this one. All right. So then this is what it's going to look like when we're done. I had to do one today because it's been a while since I've made one. I wanted to make sure I had all the measurements correct. All right, so this is what we're going to be using for our two projects. I made a bow to go on the candy canes. So we'll be putting that on there later. And then I've just got a whole bunch of picks that I'm going to use. And what I did with this one, I just put the ruffles in, and then I looped in a couple of places some red flex tubing. And then where I put the tubing, I have these little foam red and white balls, and I put those on the pipe cleaners. And then I just put this, I wired on a Snowflake and a Jingle Bell. So I'll get that. Oh. Nothing wants to stand up for me tonight. All right, so we've got all these little picks that we can use in the candy cane. I've got these little ornaments that we can put on there. I put a whole bunch of stuff in here because I don't know what we'll use. So for the hat, we're going to start with these two. I should have moved that. Any questions so far? Has anyone ever made any of these before? I'll put y'all down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so this mesh here, I would not normally use it for anything else because this is from the dollar store. But because I'm not cutting this, it's not going to fray. So as long as I don't cut it, we're good. But what I do is fold it in half. You don't have to fold it in half. This is just the way I do it. The witch frame hat came from the Dollar Tree. They don't have them out yet. They will have them out at Halloween, but you can order them by the case now if you want to. Alright, so I'm going to take the hanger off because I'm going to use my own when we get to that part. Alright, so I start at the top. Fold this over. Should go this way. I'm putting my raw edge onto the inside because I want that to be hidden by the next layer. So I'm going to gather this up at the end, and I'm going to use a small zip tie, and I'm going to zip tie this to the frame, and that's going to hold it into place. Now there's a couple different ways that people do these. You just have to find what way works best for you. Computer was turned on, yeah. I do it all the time. Alright, cut this end off. So that's going to be underneath there where nobody's going to see that inside the frame. Hi Tammy, how are you? Alright, so I let it go over the end a little bit. Not too much. This got too much on it. I'm going to wrap it twice. Come on. Nothing wants to cooperate today. Alright, so there we go. So that's going to cover the frame. Like I said, I folded it in half. This is 6-inch mesh from the Dollar Tree. They sell it at Christmas. They have it in all different colors. Hi, Emma. Hey, Sin. Yes, welcome. If you're new, tell us where you're from. Alright, so just wrap it around. Try to keep it folded in half, unlike mine. It doesn't want to stay. Probably because I'm trying to do it too fast. And don't wrap it too tight because you don't want it to bend your frame. I got a string here I got to cut off. You want to keep that shape, so you don't want to. So it's easier if you turn your frame. Let me just throw this on the floor. Maybe that'll help. It's one of them days today. Had a headache all day that just won't go away. And I think it's my contacts. I need new contacts. Well, hello, Sherry. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing Christmas in July all this month. We've only got a week left. Can you guys believe that? Next week, well, a week from today is the end of the month. Can you, don't know where it went. It flew by so fast. So I'm having a sale in my shop. Everything is on sale for the Christmas in July. So if you've got your eye on something, but you want to get it before next Wednesday, that's when the sale ends. Boston, Mass. Welcome. West Virginia. Don't know why this keeps snagging, but it does. So yeah, our temperatures finally cooled down today. I think we were only in the mid 80s. No rain. We were supposed to have rain, but we didn't have any today. We had some last night. Well, yesterday evening. So yeah, it cooled down after that rain. It's actually been kind of nice. Although I haven't been out of the house today. Alright, so we're just wrapping this 6-inch mesh around the hat. I fold it in half and wrap it. And I do that because, one, it doubles it up, so it's because this is kind of thin. Hi, Kathy. What have you missed? We are doing a Santa hat using a Dollar Tree witch hat frame. I'm not sure if you've seen those before. I'll show you in just a minute what it looked like before we started. And we're only going to go down to this bar here, the last bar. So this one roll might be enough. I promise you it really doesn't take this long. I don't know what is wrong tonight with all this stuff twisting up on me. The frame came from the Dollar Tree. And this mesh is from there too. This is why we don't use them on wreaths, because it frays really bad. And since I'm not cutting it, it's not going to be a problem, but it does have strings on the edges that are wanting to come off. And I think it's just because it keeps snagging on itself, the raw edges. There we go. All right, one more wrap around. Pain. No, I got the witch hats last year. I bought a bunch of them at the end of the season so that I would have them for this year. But if you order them online, I believe you can get them now. They don't have them in the stores, but you can order them by the caseload. And I believe you can go ahead and get those now. Alright, so I wrapped it around an extra time there just to fill it in. I'm going to cut this off. And then I'm going to take this end that I cut and I'm going to zip tie it inside the frame underneath the mesh where it won't be seen. It's not going to be seen anyway, but I put it inside. Right there. And I'm just going to use a 4-inch zip tie. I fold the mesh in half. It's 6 inches from the dollar store. And because I'm not cutting it, this one, it's okay to use. It won't fray on you other than the edges. You'll have some raw edges that the strings will want to come off. Let me pull this away from the frame so I can get my finger in behind it. Alright. So I'm going to zip tie this mesh right to the frame. Oh, that's good, yeah. You can use them for so many different things. You can use them to make elf hats, Santa hats, the cornucopias, the scarecrow hats, all kinds of things. There's a ton of YouTube videos, and on Pinterest there's a lot of pictures that you can find for things, different things you can do with them. Alright, there we go. So the frame is covered. It's not too tight, but it's not loose enough that it's going to come undone or go anywhere. Let me get rid of these strings that are on the edge. Alright, so that was this 6-inch mesh that I used here. And this also came from the dollar store. I wouldn't use this in a regular wreath because it just frays terrible and it's really thin. But if you're doubling it up like that, you're going to be fine. And it's better than using, I mean, I've seen people use material to cover these, felt, scarves, the Halloween or Christmas scarves. You can use those with patterns on them. In a case, I want to say there's 25, but I could be wrong. But you can use, a whole bunch of different things to cover that up. Alright, so now we're going to put zip ties on. And this is how I do mine. I put one on each of these vertical bars here, going across. And I cut my pipe cleaners in half. And I'm just twisting them on there. I'm not gluing them down. Hey, Susan. You should be getting a package from me any day now. Well, actually, it's coming from somewhere else, but it's from me. So it won't have my name on it, but my name will be on the inside. Yeah, I thought it was 24 in a case. Yep, so I just use a half a pipe cleaner. You don't need a whole one on this. And I'm just twisting them around. Like I said, I don't glue them down. They'll stay. Once you put your material on there, they'll stay. Well, I hope my grandson's in here tonight. He is the president of Grandma's fan club. That's what we call him. My oldest grandson, Nathan, is my biggest fan. And he's also the reason I do the lives. He's the one that convinced me to start doing them last year. So he gets all the credit. I'm sure the rest of the family would like some credit for it too. I know I didn't have to. I wanted to. And you'll understand why when you get it. Alright, so the next set I'm putting on here, I'm putting them at every crossbar. Now when I did the original one, I put it in the corners and then in the middle of each bar, but you really don't need it. So at every crossbar is plenty. And if you feel like you need a little more, then once you get those done, just add a couple more in between if you want. But mine didn't really need it, so I left them off this time. Hey Johnny, how are you feeling? So all total, there's 12 of these pipe cleaners. Yeah, they're pretty great. I like them. That's why I let them stick around. Yes, my grandson is. I don't know what he may not be on here tonight. He's with his dad, so he's having fun. I'll see him on Sunday. They were here 2 weeks ago. I have 7 grandkids. One on the way. Well, one more. 8th one is on the way. All right, so all those are on there. So again, I put them on each of the vertical bars. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down, and then I put 1 each corner and then 1 on each crossbar. So there's a total of 12. All right. And we're going to use some 10-inch white Snowdrift, Snowball. I'm sure it's Snowdrift because it has the line of snow in it, and believe me, I know why they call it snow, because when you're working with it, it's like it's snowing in here. I have so much of this stuff all over me already. But when I made the other one, I used most of that roll, so I only had half of what I needed. So I'm going to alternate them. There's 2 different ones here. One that does not have the sparkle in it. This has a iridescent foil in it, and this doesn't. This is more of a matte looking Snowdrift. So I'm just going to alternate them. And this one is more, this feels more like a fabric, and this feels like the mesh, the regular poly mesh. So we're going to alternate these, and I'm going to start with the iridescent one. It'll give it a little sparkle and shine. So I cut these at 15 inches. I wanted them a little bit bigger. Some people do them at 10. I like the 15. And I'm laying them in, going the sideways. And then when you put the other ones in, they're all going to stand up. Can everybody see that okay? Sorry, I got a frog or something in my throat. Alright. So again, these are 10-inch pieces that I cut. See how all the snow? It snows when you're using it. And I cut them in 15-inch pieces. And that's just what I like. If you want the 10-inch, do the 10-inch. There's no right way or wrong way to do it. That's just a matter of how you like it. Hello from Florida. How are you? Thank you all so much for joining me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dawn, and my page is Wreath Decor by Dawn. I am in North Carolina. And we are celebrating Christmas in July all month on my page. I was going to say in my group, but I don't have a group. So I'm just putting each of the ruffles in here, giving it a couple twists. There's 12 inches, or there's 12 pieces, Sue. For a hook to hang it, I use a, let me get one here. I have these tinsel pipe cleaners that I got at, I want to say I got them from Hobby Lobby. Could have been Walmart, but I think it was Hobby Lobby. And I just take them and I have a needle that I use that I go through the mesh, and then I tie them so that it forms a hook. And I can show you on this one. Here's the one I did earlier. And then there's the hook that I use. I just feed it through and make a loop out of it. And that's what they're going to hang it on. So this is what we're going to be making tonight. I'm in Rayford, North Carolina. Right outside of Fort Bragg. Yep, there's your bartender. She's got your drinks ready. We have a virtual bartender here on my page, and that's my daughter. She will also answer any questions that I might miss. This is a family affair here. Yes, I do have a group. I just don't have an official group. I don't have a group page. I do have groupies. There you go. She is serving now. Just tell her what you want. Say, Cindy, I want, and then tell her what you want. She will serve it up for you. In another life, she used to be a bartender. She's worn many hats. She was also a radio personality. That's what I call her anyway. She still works in the radio industry. Oh, come on, Sue. You can live a little. Get a regular Pepsi. We have Butterball turkey plant here now. The other one I believe closed down. I know the plant is empty. But yeah, we have a Butterball plant here now. They used to have the House of Rayford. They also have the one, what is it called? I think it's Sanderson Farms. It's in St. Paul's, which is not far from us. A SKU number for the hat? Yes, I do. Where did it go? It is 240514. I'm sorry if I miss any questions, just ask them again or Cindy will get them for me. There you go. Susan wants a frosty mug. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one that was here, the one plant that was on, I can't think of the name of the street, but yeah, that plant is empty. I think it closed, because we were gone for 8 years, so I'm not sure what all happened with it. But I do know that we have the butterball plant now, which is just up the road from where the other one was. I'm not near Cameron, but I know where that's at. I don't think it's that far, but it's not close to me. Now, we are just outside of Fort Bragg. My husband retired from here. He was active duty for 24 years. He served in the Army. Most of that was here at Fort Bragg. And then when he retired, he took a job to continue to serve the military and works for the government now. Alright, so I'm going to move down to this bottom row. And this is where I put them all on the crossbars. So I'm just pulling the ties out so I can get to them a little easier. So I already put one in each corner. So there's a total of 12 ruffles that we're putting on here. And if you can, I don't know if you all can see me or not, but I've got this white snow all over me. That's why they call it Snowdrift. Because it snows on you. I will tell him. He's probably on here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people stay. We never thought we were going to stay here, but we're both originally from California. Well, we both grew up in California. He was born there. I wasn't. And he joined the Army for us to travel and see the world, and we saw Alaska and North Carolina. That was it. Now, he saw a lot of other places, but we didn't. And then once he retired, he took this job with the government, where he continues to support the troops. And they moved us to New York. We lived up there for 8 years near Fort Drum, which, if you don't know about Fort Drum, it is about 30 miles from the Canadian border. They have beautiful springs and fall. They are right on Lake Ontario, and they get lots and lots of snow. And I do mean lots. So we were up there for 8 years, and we came back down here about 2 years ago. We grew up in Southern California. My husband was raised in Rancho Cucamonga, California, and I was raised right next door in Ontario. The pieces are cut at 15 inches, Brenda. I like mine at 15. The ties are placed on the bottom part. I placed them on the crossbar. I'll show you on an empty frame here in 1 second. And on the top part, they're on the 5 vertical bars that come down. I'll show you in just a second. See, on this one, I didn't cut as many. The last one I did, I had a total of 16 pipe cleaners, ties, ruffles, whatever you want to call them. And on this one, I only did 12 because it just, to me, it looked like it didn't need all of the other 4. So if it needs them, we'll slide them back in there. No problem. I'll show you. I'll do a recap. All right, one more. I'll show you where I put the ties in 1 second. All right. So see this one? This is only with 12 ties, or ruffles. And this one has 16 ruffles. Can you see those okay? So, I mean, it doesn't look any less full. Alright, so let me show you on this frame. Here's an empty frame that I used. So I took the tinsel that they had on here off. I cut the nubs off of the sides, and then I wrap it from the top to this bar right here with the 6-inch mesh that I folded in half. The mesh I used on the top came from the dollar store as well. It's just their regular 6-inch red mesh, and I wrap it all the way down to this bar here. And then I put 1 tie on each of these vertical bars here, so there's 5 there. And then on the bottom, I put 1 in each corner, and then I put 1 on each of these ties, or these crossbars, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I cut 10-inch mesh. I cut them at 15 inches. Yeah, 12 looks great for that at 15. Oh, that would be awesome. I don't think we've ever hit 100 viewers yet. I do have over 1,300 followers or likes now. We went over 1,300 yesterday. So that's how I did that. Any questions about that? Yeah, some people prefer to leave them. I like to take them off. It's just a personal preference. There's no reason. As long as your mesh, it holds your mesh on there. I cut all the outside ones off. I don't worry about these on the inside. I just do the ones on the outside. No problem. And I use a half a pipe cleaner. Half is plenty. So on this one, what I did was just to bring in some of that red into this white. I just took a flex tubing and put them in, here and there. It looks like maybe every two that I put them in. And then I took these little foam balls. You can get these in bags at Hobby Lobby. And they're these little styrofoam balls. And they stick right on the pipe cleaner, the end of the pipe cleaner. All right, so we don't need this anymore. Don't need that. Let's see how our candy canes are. Here's our other project that we're working on. So these are just the candy canes I got from Walmart last year. They are in the Christmas department. They're about 98 cents each. I have 5 of them. I put them in the direction I wanted. Remember, you want to leave the back flat because they're going to hang this either on a door or a wall. I zip tied them, and then I ran a bead of glue, hot glue, in between each candy cane. And that just kind of holds them all together. I'll probably need to do that on the bottom here just to kind of keep those. We'll see. Last time I made one, I did put them on the bottom. But we'll see. We may not need it. It feels like it's okay. But you want to make sure your candy canes are where you want them before you glue them, because once you do, you can't move them. So that's the other thing we'll work on as soon as we get this done. All right. So I'm going to take some flex tubing and cut them. I'm just using one piece. I had a couple that were already pre-cut from another project, and that's what I used on the other one. And I just took them and fold the ends so they're together, and then make a little figure 8 out of it. And I'm just going to stick them in here, in with the pipe cleaners. First time from Georgia, welcome. Oh, no problem. Thank you, Judy. So we're going to put those in there. And then at the end of the pipe cleaner, we'll put the foam balls on there. So I'm just going to take these. These are cut. These are about 15, 16 inches. Some of them are a little longer than others. It's just really for an accent, a pop of color. Alright, so those were the last two. So I'm going to cut a couple of these. And I'm not being exact, I'm just cutting them. Welcome from Tennessee. Thank you for joining us. I would really appreciate it if y'all would hit that little S button down there and bless my page. Tell your friends about us. We go live. Well, I go live. I keep saying we, but family joins me, so I guess that counts, right? But we go live every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to come back and join us, hit the like button on my page. And if you want to get notified, if you hit the little, well, you probably got to hit the screen. If you're on a computer, you could just hit the 3 dots and turn on the notifications, and it will alert you when I go live in your feed. I am not using the bot anymore to send out the notifications, because after next week they're going to be charging for it anyway, and I'm not paying for it. So I will not be sending out the notifications that way. So the only way you're going to get notified is if you hit that to get alert notifications on your news feed. And if you're on a phone or tablet, you just hit the screen, tap the screen, those 3 little dots. Well, actually down at the bottom in the right hand corner, you'll see the bell and the following. You just hit that and that'll turn on your notifications. But if you're on a computer, you have to go up to the 3 dots in the corner of your screen. Hope I explained that right. Because you never know what people are watching on, so you don't know. Typing in alert, you won't get an alert. I'm not using that anymore. I'll put one more in. Yeah, I'm not using the alert thing anymore, so typing alert, you won't get anything from me. Sorry. They're changing that format. And they're going to start charging for it. Alright, so I just put some red in there willy-nilly, just to add the color to it. I know, I'm sorry. Everybody gets used to that, and then when they make all these changes, it's like, now what, you know? So until I find another way to send out alerts, that's The only way you're going to get notified is by following my page, because I do post it on there. Every week I post what I'm going to be working on, a picture so you can see. Alright. We'll put some of these little balls on there. Yeah, I know. It's... Here, let me just take the lid off. I can see all these white little cotton balls flying around. It really does look like it's snowing in here. Alright, so these foam balls, you get them in a bag. They are at Hobby Lobby. You can find all different colors. Usually the holiday colors will be with the holiday stuff. And then the regular colored ones, you'll find those in the party section where they have like the paper plates and all the party supplies. So they're just little foam balls and you stick them on there and it's like they grip the pipe cleaner. So they hold pretty good. I've not had any problem with them coming off. And I'm just mixing a red and a white. They come in two different sizes. They have a little one and a big one. And I'm alternating them. Nope, I don't glue them. Just put them on there. They hold pretty good. Oh, there we go. They have like little glitter pieces on them. So they're sparkly. Yeah, watch the replay. It'll be posted on my page, and then I also post them to YouTube. So if you're new to my page, please give it a like and join us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And if you use YouTube, I have a channel over there as well, Wreath Decor by Dawn. And that's, I put all of my old videos over there, so if you wanted to watch any of them, they're there. And I also have Instagram. Alright, so if you can see, hold it up a little closer so you can see those little balls in there. So they just sit in there, gives it a little bit of color. Just have to spread out my ruffles here so that I fill in all those empty spots. But like I said, if you wanted it to be fuller, do the full 16. And to do that, that's what I did on the first one. I did 4 extra ones on here. So I put my pipe cleaners on all the crossbars. And then I put one in the middle of each of those. So that's where the other 4 came in. So we have that. And then for the Jingle Bell, I'll show you how I put the Jingle Bell and the wire or the hanger on there. So I'm going to use another gold one. Oh, that's silver. Hey, Sissy. My sister is in. Let me get my wire. I use 26 gauge wire. I'm just going to cut a small piece off. Don't need very much for this. And the bells have a little loop or place on it to where you can feed the wire through. So I just put that in there and then I twist it to get it on there. Not too many times. And then I use my needle that I use for my wreaths. It's just a yarn needle or a, I can't think what else they call them. But anyway, this one's a yarn needle. It's a metal yarn needle. I got mine at Hobby Lobby, and it's in the yarn section. So I'm going to put this through the tip. I want to try and get it so that the wire is on the inside. So I'm going to sew that, you know, like you're sewing it. Feed that through there. And then I'll do the same with the other so that I can tie it around that bar that's in there. And then the wire will stay in. I can see what I'm doing here. There we go. So I can pull the wires and tie that tight. And then once I tie it together, I can, or twist it together, it's going to be around the end of that frame. And then I can tuck the wires inside of it. And you won't even see it. They are cute. And like I said, you can do a whole bunch of different ones. You can do an elf hat. You can do a cornucopia, scarecrow. There's so many different ones you can make with it. And you can't beat that for $1, you know? For the frame. Alright, so I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to twist it around my pliers here. And then I'm going to push it inside. Well, it wrapped around the mesh. I didn't want it to do that. Let's try that again. So then just push that inside and you can't even see it. So there's our little Jingle Bell. And then on the other one I put a snowflake ornament, one of those little snowflake plastic ornaments in the middle. I don't think I brought one of those over here, so I'll have to put one of those in there. But there's our Santa hat. Oh, and here's the tie. This is a tinsel pipe cleaner. So all I'm going to do is I put it like right here where it just starts to curve at the top. And I use my needle again. And feed it through there. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. Nope. I didn't glue anything on this. Alright, so I want this tie to go through to, oh, let's see, where is it? There it is. There's a crossbar right in there I can see. So I want to go on either side of that crossbar. There we go. So that feeds that through there. And then I'm just going to take the ends and I'm going to twist them together so they don't come undone. Hear that jingle? All right, there we go. So then I take, there's the twist, or the tie, can you see it? And then right here at the base, I just give it one twist. There we go. And that's what they're going to hang it with. Yeah, these will be listed in my shop probably in the morning. I'll have to take pictures of them, you know, on the door first. And then I can post them. So I will put that ornament on there, or the snowflake on the front. But I didn't bring one over here, so. So here's the one I did earlier. And then here's the one I did today, or just now. Hi, Sue Ann from Florida. All right, so there we go. Those are our Santa hats. Now let's finish up our candy canes. I gotta put all this stuff out of the way here. All right. So here's the candy canes we put together earlier. Again, I got these at Walmart. They have them out at Christmas time. They're like 98 cents a piece. So I had a bunch of them that I got. There's 5 of them here together. And then I just ran a bead of glue, hot glue, down where each one meets to give it some stability there. And then here's the bow that I made earlier. We're going to put that on. I forgot to cut that zip tie down. And these are cute little door hangers that doesn't take much to make them. They're not expensive to make. Most of your material is going to be in your bow, your picks that you put on it, any of the little embellishments. So I have a Merry Christmas ribbon here, some peppermint candies, the stripes. All right, so we're going to take this and put it right under the top pipe cleaner. And we're going to tie that down. Actually, I'm going to put it in the middle, I think. Let's see. We'll try it there first. And once I get everything in there, I will give it a little bit of glue on there to keep this in place. It shouldn't fall or slide, but just in case. There we go. And we'll have to fluff this out. So there's our bow. Now you could do it like that and leave it and it'd be fine. But we're going to add some stuff to it. So I have to lay it down. So can y'all see? I know, we've been doing Christmas in July all month here on my page, and I completely skipped over, forgot to dovetail this one, completely skipped over fall, so I gotta go back and do fall now. Wrong way. There we go. Make sure I didn't miss any other ones. Some of these might have to be cut some more. There is another one I missed. Oh, thank you, everybody. All right, so there we go with that. I'm going to hit it with some glue to keep it in place, because I don't want that bow to move. Oh, did it shut itself off? All right, I guess it shut itself off. I'll have to give it a second there. All right, while we're waiting on that, we can go through our picks. So I got a couple different things here. I didn't have any green picks, so I was trying to stay with the green theme. I don't know if I like that. I do have these little green picks with these little balls that we can cut off and put in there. It's got the green and white. And I've got these little ornament Christmas bulbs. We can take a couple of them off maybe. And then we've got the green and red and white candy. No, you can hang it. I'll put a tie on the back of it. I'll put one on, it'll go on the back where the zip tie is. And you'll be able to hang it. Or you can hang it from one of these, the candy cane. Sorry, I got it up too high. You could hang it from here if you wanted. But I'll put a tie on it. Alright, let's see. Let's cut a couple of these off of here and see what we can do with them. So did y'all see my post earlier in the week or over the weekend about the pick machine that I got? If y'all don't know what a pick machine is, it's a little machine that florists use to put stems on the end of their flowers and picks when they make arrangements. And somebody was selling one on the marketplace for like $35. And to buy them new, they're anywhere from $100 to $300, depending on where you get it, I guess. I got it for $35. Yay! I'm so excited. My husband cleaned it up for me this weekend, and we tried it out last night, and it worked. No, it's okay, babe. Alright, so we got the green picks. Got a couple of, I'm not going to use the blue, but maybe some red and green. We'll see how these look. I'm going to use a couple of these. I think I'm going to cut them in half. And these are just like the little evergreen ties you can get. The dollar store sells them at Christmas. Cut some longer. And I'm just cutting them at random lengths. We're going to put it in there just to give it some oomph. Yeah, it is awesome. He did. He fixed that thing right up. He loves doing that kind of stuff, though. Oh, no problem. Oh, your friend is... Oh, look at that. Your girlfriend's flying in? Awesome. Have fun. No problem. The video will be on my page. And I'll post pictures of it tomorrow on the door. So these little picks I got from probably AC Moore. I think for when they're on sale, you can get them for like $1. Less than that. I think these were 98 cents. Alright, we're almost done. We're just going to glue on some of these things here and finish this up. Alright, so the bow's where I want it, so we can build on that. And then the picks, we're just going to pop those in there. And most of it will glue right to the either the candy cane frames or to the bow. And I need my glue pot over here. I'm going to pull this over here so I can get to it faster. So I have a glue pot. It's just a little tiny electric skillet. It's got glue in it. Just melt glue sticks in it. And I'm just going to dip my pick in here. And it puts glue on the end of it, and I'm going to put that up in here. I'm just going to hold it for a second. So anybody have any good plans for the weekend? We're going to have cooler weather, so at least cooler than it has been. We're not in the triple digits right now, that's for sure. Just taking some of these needles off of the end to make it easier for the glue. So I'm just putting them in random, giving it some of that greenery look. Go. No, that was too short. I'm trying to find some that are a little bit. There we go. That one will work. All right, let's see where we need a couple more. I need one up on top. Everybody's so quiet tonight. You're here? Well, thank you. Everybody's so quiet. If you all wouldn't mind giving my page a like, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. And hitting that S button down there at the bottom and telling your friends. And like I said, I go live on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. Alright, so we got those evergreens on there. Now they're sticking to my hands. It's like static. Everything is static. Got snowballs flying around. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Alright, so let's see. Do we want to put some of these in here? Little Christmas light bulbs. What do you think? Can you see that? See, the red one's longer, so. Thank you. Did you talk to Mom tonight, Susan? Where does your mom live? I probably asked you that before. I think I'm going to put the red one down here. I'm going to cut it down just a tad. I think I'm going to add one more. One more red. It's hard to see it when you gotta set it down, but Yep, I'm gonna go in there. Uh-oh, she hasn't called. It's Wednesday. What's wrong? She's got a call on Wednesday. Alright, just holding that. Whoops. I'm going to hold it a little bit longer because it's moving. I didn't even straighten my hair today. I had a headache all day. I wasn't in the mood for it. I did my bangs and that was it. I said, I'm leaving it in a ponytail tonight. Alright, stay. Keeps wanting to move. There. Oh. Alright, I think I'm gonna put these green ones in. I'm going to put these in first. My glue strings out of here. All right. Oh, there you go, Jill. Time to rest. They wear you out, don't they? And anybody who just joined us, this will be, video will be on my page for you to watch anytime you want. I also put them on YouTube, so you can watch them there as well. Well, that's good. Yeah, mine I only see them about once a month, a couple times a month, depending on what's going on. They live about 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away. I had my 2 oldest grandsons here for a week, 2 weeks ago. Alright, so let's see where else we need some. Yep, Christmas in July sale will end on the 31st, which is next Wednesday, guys. So if there's something you've been wanting, get it now. This Christmas in July has been fun. But now I gotta get busy on fall. Because I skipped right over that one. Everybody else has already been working on fall. So I'm way behind, but I guess I'm ahead on Christmas. So it balances out, right? I need to put something else down here. Haven't finished summer yet? Yeah. Every year, there's always so many things I want to do, and I just don't get to all of them. But that happens. I had a good month with sales. So I was lucky with that I got rid of some wreaths that now I can make room for some others. Yeah, I have all my, hi sweetie, there he is. I have all my Christmas out, but all my fall is still packed away in tubs. Because I had to have all the Christmas out for this. For our Christmas in July event. So what do you think? Can you see anywhere where it needs more? Does it need any more? I'll have to hang it up and take a look at it and see. And on some of them you could pay. Now the first one I did it like this, and then I put an elf in the middle of the bow. So you could hang, have a little elf hanging off of it, or a little Santa or something. Isn't that cute? So it's a real simple little door hanger. You can hang it up on one of your interior doors. Hang it on a wall. The candy canes came from Walmart last season. I'm sure they'll have them again this year. They come in the green and white, red and white, and then the red, green, and white. So they have a couple different colors, and they're about $1 a piece. So we did this tonight. So if you just got here, and then we did the Santa hat. So if you want to go back to the beginning, watch the replay, you'll see how we did the Santa hat. And you'll see the candy canes. I started the candy canes in the very beginning because you have to let them set up. So I made this one tonight. And then I made another one earlier. I'll add the snowflake to the other one. I forgot to bring one over here when I was working on it, so I'll have to grab one of those and add it to it. So I'll list all of these in my shop after I figure out their price. And I don't know, I might add some stuff to that, we'll see. But yeah, and then this one too, I'll have to take pictures of it and add it in there. Yep, so tonight you got 2 projects. Let me move this back up now so I can see y'all. So yeah, that's cute. I like these. So we'll have to do a couple more of these this year. I'll have to find boxes to put them in though. So yeah, I'll put a hanger on that one too, so I can hang that on the door and take a picture of it. So thank you all for joining me tonight. Don't you love that, Nate? Are you having fun at Dad's? Coming home soon? Alright guys, I'm gonna head out, try and get rid of this headache. Don't know if that's possible, but I think I need to go and make me an eye appointment and get my new contacts, and then maybe it'll go away. So I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, Sin. I love you. I think it's my contacts. I think that's all it is. I'm out and I need to get new ones, so I need to make an appointment. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you just got here, go back and watch the replay. And I will have the video posted on, it'll be up as soon as we're done, but I will post it on YouTube. So you can find it there too, along with all my other videos. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that share button one more time, I'd appreciate that. And y'all have a good night. Have a great weekend. Try to stay cool. And I will see you all next week. Good night.